All right, y'all. So let's talk about Up a little bit. Hopefully, this weekend you guys watched Up. And I just wanted to talk about what Up has to do with positive and negative numbers. So I was watching it carefully, and I noticed a few things. If you didn't get to watch it, let's see, we'll probably watch it a little bit in class, so maybe you can check the video from class. But if you didn't get to watch it, let's talk about the Up house and how the house goes up. So, how the house goes up. All right. So there are a few ways that the house goes up in this movie. I mean, obviously, this movie is a movie about a man who lives a long life in a house that he loves, and then he's looking at having to lose his house forever, and he decides that instead of losing it forever, that he is going to tie a bunch of balloons to his house and have his house float away, and he's going to go on an adventure. So this man ties a bunch of balloons to his house like this. Lots and lots, though. Just so many balloons. Thousands of balloons. And he ties all these balloons to his house until he has enough helium pulling up on his house that his house flies away. And he flies it to Paradise Falls. Here I have it drawn on Paradise Falls. That's what this is supposed to be. It's not the best drawing ever, but this is supposed to be the Paradise Falls waterfall, and he's finally made it there. Anyway, at one point in the movie, so when he first flies off to Paradise Falls, obviously he adds balloons. That's one way to make the house fly, right? That makes the house go up, adding balloons. But there was a scene in the movie where after he goes on this long adventure, he finally gets the house sitting right here, right next to Paradise Falls, and a bunch of the balloons have popped, and so it won't fly anymore, and he needs to get this house to fly again. So what does he do this time? Instead of adding balloons to the house, he actually takes something away from the house. He takes away like all of the furniture. There's like chairs and stuff and like couches, and let's see, he's got his wife's chair sitting there and his chair. And then there's furniture and things like that. There's like a refrigerator. He puts all this stuff out, right? So he gets away weight. He gets rid of weight. So, and then the house, even though it lost all these balloons, the house flies away again. So that's one thing that we can look at here is another way besides adding balloons is that you can subtract weight. If he makes his house lighter, the balloons will make the house go up. So when he subtracts the weight, the house goes up. So let's see, what can we use? What can we use for that? I guess I'm going to use this. Subtracting the weight makes the house go up, and adding the balloons makes the house go up. Okay. So, and then the other things are like, how does the house go down? We see throughout the movie, the house goes down a number of times. So one of the ways that the house goes down is, let's write these in. How the house goes down. All right, so let's think about how the house goes down. Well, when the house goes down, one thing that we see happen a bunch is that the balloons pop, right? That takes away balloons. So when the balloons pop, you know what? I'm going to write this a different way. I was going to write, so the balloons pop, but when the balloons pop, what we're doing is we are subtracting balloons. And the other way that it goes down is it goes down by the other way that the house goes down is it goes down by adding weight, right? When like for instance when the bird connects to when the bird connects to the house, it starts pulling them down. And when they tie themselves to it, they are able to pull it down lower and lower when they're running down a hill. So those both make the house go down. So when they add weight, that makes the house go down. So when you add weight, and I'm going to use red this time, subtracting balloons and adding weight are going to make the house go down. Okay. So what does this have to do with positive and negative numbers? Well, it works the exact same way. Positive and negative numbers, adding and subtracting them works the same way. If you want a number to go up, there are two things that you can do. You can add positives to it, or you can subtract negatives. So for this example, we are going to show that the balloons are all positives, 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 positives. So if we add more balloons, the house is going to go up. That's what it did at the very beginning. That's what made it fly in the first place. Adding balloons is like adding positives. And the other way to make it go up is to subtract these negatives. So I'm going to put the negatives here. These were all negatives, negative amounts of weight. So let's get that right. Just to make sure that we know what's going on.